Welcome. I am Professor Mahadevappa. Today, I just want to inform you as to how you need to answer your assignments and question papers of the terminal examinations that are likely to be conducted by Indira Gandhi National Open University with regard to MBA course. I have just taken today an example of a course called Management Functions and Organizational Process, code being MMPC 001. And to start with, I have taken block 1 of the study material, which specifies the introduction to management, having 3 units. Unit 1, management and overview. Unit 2, management and its evolution. Unit 3, role of managers. In each of these units, soon after the study material is concluded, they have a set of questions that are to be answered by the students for the purpose of preparing themselves to assignments and the terminal examinations that are to be held. I am just taking the questions from Unit 1, being what is management? Why is it important in the contemporary world? Is management a science or an art? Substantiate your answer. Is administration and management the same? Why and why not? What are characteristics of management? What are the functions of management? Now I will go to Unit 2, the questions being, what is the contribution of scientific management to the management thought? What are the experiments conducted by F.W. Taylor? What is your learning from them? Discuss the principles as enunciated by Elton Mayo. The fourth one be, do you think the principles proposed by Henry Fayol apply to all organizations irrespective of the size? What is the contribution of Elton Mayo to the behavioral movement? Next, compare and contrast the theory X and theory Y with examples. Write short notes on system theory, contingency theory, Hawthorne's experiments, and elements of scientific management. Now, the next unit 3 have 5 questions. Discuss the role of a manager in an organization. List out the skills needed for a manager. What do you think are the characteristics of a manager? What are the levels of management? Are the functions at each level applied in the same measure in an organization? Do you think that the role of a manager is changing in the modern organizational context? Elaborate with examples. These illustrations have been given by the university just to make you understand that with all these questions, you will be able to understand the entire summary of the corresponding units that are being there in the respective units. And in order to see that the students do not have any problem whatsoever, I thought of sharing the replies for each of the questions that are likely to be asked in the assignments and as well in the terminal examinations to be held. And from that point of view, you will be able to note yourself as to how you need to answer both the assignments and the question papers such that you could perhaps score the maximum marks. With 30 years of experience in IGNOU and as far as MBA is concerned, the students are not that much informed about as to how they need to answer the questions both in the assignments and the question papers. Therefore, I have made an attempt that I could help the corresponding students with the idea of as to how they could answer the assignments and the question papers. And as an example, I have taken one of the questions of the terminal examinations that was held in December 2021. And I would like to tell you that the examination is for 3 hours, and the maximum questions that you need to answer are 5 questions. It means to say within 3 hours, that is 180 minutes, you need to answer 5 questions. And then, on an average, each of the questions would require you to have 35 minutes. By virtue of the experience we have seen, the students, if they were to handwrite in their handwriting, the 600 words would normally take between 25 to 35 minutes, depending on the frequency that they have. And by and large, from the last 30 years, the university expects that each of the questions that are asked should be provided with at least 600 words per question to make oneself satisfied with the answer for the entire unit. That being there, I have tried to prepare the reply for assignment as well as the question paper to the extent of 1000, between 1000 to 1500 words, wherein you could perhaps try to concise it to 800 words and start writing practically repeatedly every day or as and when you find time, so that you will be able to memorize at least 600 to 700 words of that particular question. And when it is being asked, you should be able to write minimum, because of the limitation that we have as far as the memory is concerned, you will be able to have at least 450 to 500 words that you can produce in the examination or in the examination. As far as assignment is concerned, it is for you to write as much as long as you satisfy the question with the corresponding answer. And in the assignment, you are likely to get around 90 if you were to write the entire question. And the minimum words that you need to be there in the assignment is also 600 words, which can fetch you 18 out of 20 marks for that particular question that is being asked. So if you were to score 90, 30% of that, that is 27%, will be your internal assessment or the assignment marks, and it will be added on to your terminal examination, which is adjusted against 70. And even if you were to score 90 in that or 80 in that, 70% of 80 is 56, and the 56 and the 20 here will perhaps fetch you the distinction, or even it may near you to the distinction, or you are likely to get first class. So as an illustration or as an example, I will just give you the answer that I have prepared for one of the questions of December 2021 on MMPC 001, which is management functions and organizational processes. Thank you.